Some new details on those $800 cards for Social Security, retirement, disability, Ssdi, survivors, Medicare, and for seniors. Let's get into it and discuss all of the latest details. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm here for you every single day with all of the latest updates as they're being released, as well as maintaining my commitment to you and this community as a whole, which is to be here every single day to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as it's a very confusing time as information is changing very rapidly. So again, thank you so much for your support. Subscribe down below and let's get into this right away. Alright, so now these cards that I'm talking about were originally introduced about a month and a half ago or so from senior Senate Democrats. They were first branded as between $600 and $1,000 cards. Shortly thereafter, Bernie Sanders was out saying, we're going to make them $1,000. Now, originally, these were supposed to be going out to basically all Social Security beneficiaries, retirement, disability, Ssdi, survivors, and for Medicare beneficiaries. However, since the original proposal and the original announcement of these cards, they have evolved a little bit. As of about a week ago, the president was out in a statement and said the cards are going to be $800. Okay, so that's what we got as far as a price tag. Now, these $800 cards have continued to move on, and that's what they continue to be, is $800. However, as of recently, we do know through the negotiation process on this stimulus package right now, they're still talking about this Medicare expansion. So this is kind of where the wild cards come in on this thing. So let me give you the latest update as far as where we currently stand with these $800 cards and what's going on with them and who's he actually going to include, right? That's most important. Who is actually going to get these cards? All right, so as we currently stand right now, when it comes to this Medicare expansion, it's still somewhat up in the air right now. The reason I say that is because on one hand, we have people like Bernie Sanders who are basically saying we need to keep all Medicare expansion in the bill. We have other people like Joe Manchin who's saying it's fiscally irresponsible to do this when other programs need to be worked on as far as solvency. Therefore, like Social Security, right? We've talked about that in previous videos. So we have this great divide. Meanwhile, we have the president and other people basically coming out saying, well, let's keep some of the Medicare expansion in the bill. Let's keep some of it and let's take some of it away. So let me tell you where we currently stand and what looks most likely. Now, here's what I would anticipate is most likely based on the research that I've done and the latest updates that we've got on this and what it looks like as far as the Medicare expansion. And this all leads into where these $800 cards actually come in. So the Medicare expansion as of right now looks to be like it may contain vision. It's looking pretty unlikely. It may contain hearing, which is actually looking pretty likely, and it will not contain dental. Now, here's the reason why for that. It will not contain dental because they've said it's simply too expensive. So they've already taken dental out of the Medicare expansion. So that is already pretty much out of there. When it comes to vision, that one's still up in the air right now. Some people are saying, yes, let's add vision coverage. And some other people are saying, no, let's drop vision coverage. Again, too expensive. Now, when it comes to hearing, we actually heard from the president in a recent announcement where he said hearing would actually be included in the Medicare expansion. Therefore, anybody that needs to go and get like a hearing check or hearing aids, they're saying that that would all be included, which is actually pretty nice because I've seen comments down below, many of you saying, well, let me take that back. Not many, but I've seen a number of comments from people down in the comment section saying, hey, I need hearing aids and they're very expensive. Hey, don't get me wrong. I totally recognize that. I actually have people in my family who wear hearing aids and yes, they're very expensive, like thousands of dollars for hearing aids. It's nuts. So yeah, that's one of the things that would be added into the Medicare expansion would probably be hearing. And then, like I said, vision is still up in the air. All right, so how does this all come back full circle as far as these $800 cards? Here is what they are leaning toward. Now, again, all of this is kind of still in flux right now as they continue to work through the final details of this Medicare expansion, which is, since they took dental out of the package, right? They took dental completely out. It's not in there anymore. It probably will not be coming back. What they want to do with these $800 cards is basically send them out to all of these millions of people, which again, I'll talk about that here in just a second as far as who's going to get them, but they want to make it specifically for dental coverage. Now, that doesn't come as any surprise because we've talked about that before. These cards would specifically be used for dental coverage. However, according to my research and according to things that I've been seeing out there right now, it looks like these cards are just going to be a prepaid debit card. So I guess my question would be, how do you know if we're spending it on dental? How do you know we didn't just go out to the local grocery store and buy some food? You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but that sounds like dental to me, right? I'm buying some food so I can chop it up with my dental, right? So I don't know. What my point is how are they really going to know if it was spent at a dental office or not if it's a prepaid debit card that has that has $800 preloaded onto it, and we can just use it as a debit card until it's gone. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that we should stretch the rules at all. I'm not saying that at all. We got to do what's ethical and what's legal, things like that. That's very important. But what I'm saying is, because it's a prepaid debit card, how would we know, right? Is it just the honor system? Honestly, we don't know that answer yet. That's why this whole thing is still up in the air right now. We don't have those answers quite yet. All right, but it does look like that $800 card is still very popular. In fact, the president has talked about it a number of times recently, talking about this $800 card. So it looks like that's something that could possibly make it in there still and be sent out to these beneficiaries. Now, the next question is, on one hand, I see articles and I see information out there saying Medicare beneficiaries. On another hand, as I do research, I see other information out there saying seniors. So what's it going to be? Because that's two different groups. Now, don't get me wrong. I do recognize that a lot of seniors receiving Social Security do have Medicare as well. But if we include all Social Security, that also does include people who may not be classified as a senior, who's maybe receiving Social Security disability and also has Medicare. You know what I mean? So it is true that somebody may be, 25, 30, 35, 40, could be receiving Ssdi and also have Medicare, right? So therefore, the main question comes in, well, would these people also be included? Or is it just for seniors? And is it just for seniors on Medicare? See, get what I'm saying? There's a lot of still unanswered questions right now. And then there's another unanswered question, which is, what types of Medicare would be eligible? Is it Medicare Part A? Is it Medicare Part A and B? Is it Medicare Part C or D? Which Medicare would actually make somebody eligible to receive this card? Because not everybody has Medicare Part D. Not everybody has Medicare Part B. The vast majority of people do have Medicare Part A because that's built into your benefits when you get them, right, for the most part. But my point is, these are still unanswered questions that we have about these $800 cards. However, it does look pretty promising that these would be added in there as kind of a concession since dental coverage has been taken out of the package, right? So basically they take dental coverage out of the package and say, we won't cover dental at all because it's too expensive, but on the other hand, we'll give you $800 as one card, one time. So you can see the trade-off here, right? Dental coverage would be ongoing forever, whereas an $800 card is good for, one procedure or something like that. Quick side note here. I was actually listening in on C-SPAN earlier today, and some callers were calling in, and I thought it was kind of interesting. And I listened to two different people that called in. One woman said that she was just at the dentist and got a quote for full dentures. She said $9,555 is said what it would cost. That's a lot of money for a set of dentures. I mean, I have no clue what those cost, but apparently she said $9,555. Well, I'm sorry, but an $800 card is not going to get somebody very far when they need a full set of dentures, right? There was somebody else that called in, and she also said that she was recently at the dentist and had one tooth extracted, $650. So boom, there goes your $800 card. You'd still have $150 left, but wow, that would eat up the vast majority of that $800 card. So as we can see here, dental is very, very expensive. I don't think any of you are surprised by that. I think all of us right now know that dental services are very important. Very important, yes, but also very expensive at the same time, right? So either way, when it comes to the $800 cards, they are still very much on the table right now, even though Medicare Expansion is a wild card at this point. So at the end of the day, could we possibly get an $800 card? That may be one and only of the best perks out of this stimulus package. I mean, let's be real. We've gone through the stimulus package. There's a lot in it, but there's not a lot in it for the vast majority of Americans, right? Even though this is supposed to be, remember, the anti-poverty plan. Well, I'm not really seeing it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us here recognize that and say, we look at this package and say almost $2 trillion. It's supposed to be an anti-poverty plan, but where's the anti-poverty part, right? I think we're missing the premise of the bill. So anyway, when it comes to the cards, it does look a little bit promising here. It looks like something that could possibly be added in there. Again, we can't really guarantee anything until it's passed through the chambers and signed by the president, because until then, anything could be changed, anything could be extracted, anything could be added. So that's just what we're knowing as of right now when it comes to these cards. So anyway, I hope this helps you out. Again, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video. I do all this research every single day on your behalf to come back and bring you these updates to help out in any way that I can, as that is, yep, you called it, my commitment and my dedication to you. So again, thank you so much for being here. Subscribe down below and leave me any comments or questions down below if you have any. I'll do my best to answer them, or if I need to come back and create a dedicated video for you, I can always do that as well. Otherwise, go back and check out some of the other nearly 1,700 videos right here on the channel. Again, enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later, and I really hope this helps you. All right.